Today in Dundastown, Abaco, in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, it's the second day of a new month, March, and the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas started his madness. Yesterday, the 1st of March, 2021, the most honorable Prime Minister, and gave him all his props, the most honorable Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, said to the people that he fenced in from the mud and said, land is available for y'all. All 5,000 plus. If only you stop saying you are a Haitian Bahamian. That's like going in America and telling the Americans, the black Americans, the African American, boy, you'll get some Rockville boying the place down. But it is sad in this country that we can't find that leadership that not think about votes, money, and made jobs. That no prime minister in a long time has elevated the Bahamian people. I know for a fact because I was close to one called Hubert Biggity Alexander Ingram. Hubert was there for 40 years. He elevated not one single person from North Abaco. 40 years he was our representative. 3 times prime minister. We couldn't get a senator out of North Abaco under Hubert Ingram. Then he brought Greg Gomez. Hubert Ingram single-handedly paid Greg Gomez, that was deported after living in America for 19 years. He was a deportee. Hubert Ingram pick was Greg Gomez. Then, if that wasn't bad enough, 35 years, Darren Henfield has been missing in North Abaco. Darren never spoke to one issue. He is now presently the Member of Parliament for North Abaco, and he knows not the issues because we have seen more of the back of Darren Henfield than the front. But I remember when I did my campaign, I brushed by Hubert. Hubert said to Darren, I didn't even know that you were interested in frontline politics. He was not interested, but Hubert has that so-called legacy coming from a humble beginning, a barefoot boy, and elevated to the top as prime minister. He don't want nobody. There's thousands of us that got more internal fortitude than Hubert Ingram that could step. Kai Mills is one. But he want to make sure, get in the PLP business, the F&M business, wherever he see Kai is stepping, he will step and say, no, Kai has come from a humble beginning also. He's too powerful. He lives among his people. He knows what his people want. We cannot have that. It's going to interfere with my so-called legacy. He left no legacy in Abaco. Not one person in 40 years, 3-time prime minister, has been elevated under the Hubert Ingram regime. Now we have another Hubert. This one is menace. And he was said on national TV and radio to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, to the people of Abaco, the indigenous generations of Abaconians. He said nothing to improve our flight after the hurricane. He has done nothing to take us out of the muck and the mire. But he said to the Haitians of the peas in the mud, that he has fenced in, that he has destroyed what Hurricane Dorian have not destroyed. He said, this land is yours. You know, we can give you your citizenship right before election. We can give you some land right before election, but we need you to vote for Darren Henfield. We know we're in trouble in North. Now, if you all can keep this promise to us, this is what the Haitian is interpreting. And that's what Kai Mills is interpreting. That the Haitians will get land, would get my birthright of citizenship, if only they decide to be Bahamians rather than Haitian Bahamians. The Prime Minister has not yet 1 year and 7 months has campaigned for the FNMs. Let's use them as an example. He have not said something to help the FNMs. And boy, the FNM got slammed and still getting slammed with the embarrassment of this government. That is the worst on record in the history of this country. This Prime Minister have not said nothing to help the FNMs that lost their homes, their jobs, their loved ones, everything. But he reached out. The first time he reached out to anybody in Abaco was last night to the Haitian populace. And he promised them, if you keep your promise and say that you are Bahamians, don't let Kai know. You know, Kai like to shoot a video. Don't tell Kai you all are Haitian Bahamians. Let him know that you're all Bahamians. I'm going to give you the land. I'm going to give you the citizenship. But you got to vote for Darren Henfield. Y'all could do this, be quiet. He said this from the Honorable House. Where is the honor and the people that are speaking for Abaco, Abaconians, and Bahamians that have been slammed, destroyed by Hurricane Doreen? Now I begin to see the picture. Is it possible that the $15 million that Bakers Bay gave the government to build homes for Bahamians was spent in the farm road? Mind, they got 150 homes. The money was allocated for Abaco, not Grand Bahama, Abaco and Abaconians after the storm. 1 year and 4 months. 150 structures has been put up in the farm and elsewhere in Abaco, but not any for Bahamians, Abaconians. Is this how the government campaigning? They don't care about the Bahamians' votes. They have to build these houses of the money that Bakers Bay sent for Bahamians. Now the picture is becoming to be much clearer. This is where the money's going. The other set of the money, Dr. Livingston Marshall is holding for his cousin to come from Exuma and the money to flow through his cousin downstream, and pockets open. It's a family thing now. There's nobody in Abaco could do this construction. So Dr. Livingston Marshall, Mike Melvin, I hope you're hearing me. You know you hear me when I say Dr. Livingston Marshall is the dirtiest player in this 15 million. That all the construction companies that is Abaconians, he's gonna bring his cousin from Exuma to construct these homes. That can't be right. But the Prime Minister said to the Haitian populace, we got you once you got us. But you have to sign up as Bahamians and vote for Darren Henfield. I guess he ain't worrying about Van der Stewart. Most of them was in the mud and the peas, but he ain't saying nothing about Van der Stewart yet. He forgot that he's already confirmed her in South Abaco. I don't know how we're gonna split the Haitian votes between Van der and Darren. When Kai gonna be inside there, and the Haitian ain't fool, They know Kai from birth. They know who's speaking for them and who mean well. I'm speaking for Bahamians. I'm not hating on Haitians. I am being and running for Bahamians, period. And I ain't promising nobody who ain't Bahamian no citizenship, nor no land. This land, called Bahamaland, belongs to Bahamians. And the Prime Minister's off track, off basis. COVID-19 must be got him to say such a thing in the most honorable place in the country. He's reaching out to the Haitians, Bahamians, and he have forgotten the FNMs that voted FNM, baby. He really cares. Kai cares. Just trying to enlighten y'all on what the Prime Minister has in his head. Not for Abaconians and Bahamians, but he got a plan to empower the non-Bahamians. Kai cares. You vote for Kai. I'll put a stop to that because Kai cares. And I know that this land called Bahamaland belongs to Kai Mills and Bahamians. This is our birthplace. Kai cares. That's why he's here.